This is all staying in.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
You toasted, my guy?
What?
Are you toasted?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just asking.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Mildly Appropriate Podcast, episode 24 or some shit. We talked about it. I forgot already. We're usually not so great with that. So we have Tyler back. We talked about how we fucked up the audio in the one episode, so now we just kind of brought him back, replaced that episode.
Hopefully for as good of a conversation as we had last time. So.
Yeah, and hopefully no audio
You
problems.
stole my story. I mean,
Yeah.
I had to say the
Yeah.
Black Panther
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really upset about that. That was a good story.
So a question that I was about to ask at the end of last episode, but I figured I'd save it for prime time of the next one.
Oh, shit.
So picking up from where we left off, do you think you would let your girlfriend make an OnlyFans account?
If the money was
The
good,
silence
sure, why
makes me
not?
notes. What's that?
If the money was good, hell yeah.
Really?
Yeah, fuck it.
I'd say
Wow.
no.
No.
I mean, she can do whatever the fuck she wants. It's her decision, but
Right.
like, I don't know if I'd be like cool with it.
Right.
I'm kind of with him. I don't know if I'd be cool
I wouldn't be
with
like,
it, but
you
like,
can't
I
do
wouldn't
this.
be like, this is the final straw.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
breaking up with you. You're
Yeah.
a terrible person.
Right,
I'd just
right.
be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm kind of uncomfortable with the idea of
Exactly.
it. And like, if somebody confronted me about it, I'd definitely be like weirded out.
Right.
But I don't think I'd be like, you can't do this. How dare you use your body to make money?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I feel like Twitch streaming is a little different. Like, I would encourage that. Like, because
Like-
females
Titty
can
streaming?
No, not titty
Yeah,
streaming.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
Dude, you don't
Twitch
even need to
streaming
be
or
a titty
titty
streamer.
streaming?
You don't need to be a titty streamer. You can literally be an attractive woman and make a shit ton of money on Twitch.
It's awesome.
Just by talking to people.
I mean, it would be awesome if I was a fucking woman.
Then he's like, yeah, I dress up every night as a
Yeah.
woman. It's great.
Fuck that shit.
Just
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry.
come on, man.
get some fake tits in there. Zoom in.
Do you think there's like
just-
a warm up process when we start? Like I feel like 5 minutes in, then we got the groove of the podcast. But in the beginning, it doesn't seem a little like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Like, what are we gonna talk about?
No, well, maybe like ahead of time.
You don't know what I'm
before-
saying? Do you know what
before,
I'm saying?
No,
I would
No,
say
not at all.
I've been on one episode, dude. What do you mean?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
before we start recording, I normally don't ever like. It doesn't normally cross my mind. It did in the beginning because I was like worried. I'm like, oh, what if we run out of things to talk about? What about
Right.
dead air? But like, I don't know. I've realized at this point, if there is bad enough dead air or we say something that we don't want on the video, then we can just cut it.
I think bringing up
So-
dead air makes dead air.
Yeah, and me and Troy have always been on that same page. We're like, it's one of those things where if you say it's really awkward, and people just
No, I
decided
didn't mean
to
it like
end the
that.
conversation.
I didn't really mean it dead air, but just like I guess I feel like there's not like when you first start, like it's just like this like, okay, like we're getting the momentum of like, okay, like I know how to talk to you, and,
Right.
Like
I
don't
guess.
know.
I mean, like
just-
you have to
I
pick
don't
a
know.
topic, right?
Huh?
You gotta pick a topic. You gotta start
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, for
So-
sure.
That's a good point, though, about the OnlyFans. I've heard people ask that before.
I was thinking about it because I was considering. I was like, if my girlfriend came to me and like times were tough, like I'm not making enough, and both of us were like aware of that, and they weren't making enough, or like whatever the situation was, where money's tight. I feel like I'd have to be like approving of somewhat. I'd be like, you can make it, but like I don't want you to get fully naked. You know what I mean? Like if she were like, no, that's the only way we're doing it. We're setting it up that way. I'd be like pretty hesitant.
So
like
most
you guys would
OnlyFans
be.
people do get fully naked, but I feel
Right.
like it would get weird. It would get really weird if it started to get to like doing shit on
Right.
camera. Like,
When
that
you pay
would be,
extra, when people pay extra for like special specific things,
or
like,
like
I don't
in
want
like
that.
a one-on-one meetings like that.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
like, I
that
don't
get
want that. I
weird.
don't want
I
anyone
think it's
doing
like
that.
And also privacy
I think
shit.
that's what sells.
Yes.
That's how you make
Yeah,
money.
exactly.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
hard to.
You need to like blow
hard.
shit out of your
Like,
pussy.
there's
Right,
enough-
money. And everything, ping pong
Look at
balls and
Trisha
shit.
Paytas.
Right.
She's like not an attractive woman, and she,
I don't know who that is.
Who?
the H3
Trisha
girl,
Paytas.
to the blonde girl who like was on H3's like 3
Oh,
episodes in a row. She's
Trisha Paytas, yes.
Oh
That's her
yeah,
name.
yeah.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, I know it. I know
her
it.
name's
Right.
Trisha.
Okay.
Last name.
But they,
Paytas.
they get on OnlyFans. They do a bunch of special stuff. It's like I don't really want my.
See, I'm thinking of like
girlfriend-
the iDubbbz thing that happened.
Oh, gotcha.
Where like
Yes.
his girlfriend did exactly that.
Yeah.
She made an OnlyFans and everyone was like, wow, he is a total simp.
Right.
Like,
'Cause
Yeah,
he
but that's
paid
because he's
for-
a YouTuber though. Like that's the only
yeah, of
reason
course,
that-
of course, he's gonna catch more flack. But like, even in a friend group,
Yeah,
you'd
that'd be
probably
bad.
get that shit.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
imagine your
Also-
friends seeing your girlfriend.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Hey, I just subscribed to your girlfriend's OnlyFans.
and what are you
Yeah.
gonna do? Say,
Check it
Fuck
out."
You like,
Yeah, you're gonna be like, "Wow, what an asshole! You subscribed." Like, yeah, you'd
No.
probably be pissed because like your friends.
but a bunch
are
of
doing
strangers
it.
doing it anyway. So,
But like a bunch of strangers are doing it. So
I
like,
think,
how pissed can you be?
I think the better answer is to be like, thanks for the money, pal. Or you can be like, that's my $5.
Yeah, I got it
now,
locked
you know?
down, dude.
Right. It's
That's what I would say. Like, hey, you're paying for the fucking steak dinner. So
Plus,
yeah.
iDubbbz was the one who supposedly paid for her breast implants because she got a boob job,
yeah, that was why I said.
and that's when she started doing like the lewd OnlyFans.
Well, at the end of the day, he's the one actually getting something, which is both money and sex.
right?
like no one else is getting anything out of it. Well, they're getting they're
arousement?
getting off. I guess
Right.
is a good way to put it. But
Yeah, but I think that like, well, really quick to jump off like fake tits. I don't like fake tits. I think fake tits are fucking ugly. Don't you? I'd rather like if you have small tits, like you have small tits, but don't put these fucking balloons here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I would never force that onto anyone. Like if I was with someone, I'd be like, yeah, your tits do need a boob job. Like I
Right.
would never say that. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
because like, how would you even do that? Like you know, like lady,
How do you
you're-
go
you're,
about
like,
that?
Girl,
Right.
you're really
Like I'm
good
hoping
looking,
you're with someone because you're
I
happy
think we
about
need to
like
do
how
something
they
about those
already
tits.
look. Like
Yeah,
you shouldn't have
exactly.
to
right.
want them any other way.
Yeah, you're like a
Right.
solid, like, I don't know, 7 out of 10, but with
Yeah.
some
We
body
can make-
mods,
yeah,
I
you
can
can
see
do 10
this
out of
being
But with some
9.
bigger fucking tits, woof.
Right. Get
And
into
then
that.
but my problem with them is like they don't even look real. They look like fucking mounds.
They have to be done really well.
Yeah.
That's
And they're
the
like
catch. I mean,
out like
it's-
$20,000,
yeah.
$30,000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
they're
it's like
expensive.
a hair transplant. Like if you could pay $5,000 and get like a pretty average.
I feel like a
hair
tattoo is
transplant.
another good example. Like,
Right.
you could have a tattoo that looks like dog shit and be like, oh, yeah, I went to, some fucking parlor down the street and got it for $20. Or
Right.
you can get like a pro one and it looks great.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Exactly. So it depends on what kind of boob job you're looking at.
And I think
but-
that
Yeah.
goes for kind of all plastic surgery. Like, you've definitely seen some plastic surgery horror stories. I
Oh,
know
Jesus.
you have.
Oh, I forgot about that with Brian.
Oh, Brian.
Who?
Yeah,
No, not Brian. I was
Oh, you weren't
talking
talking about
to,
Brian?
one of Mom's friends.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Dude. Fuck. I
She
didn't
looks
see
like-
that.
she
I was
looks
like,
like
dude. I was like, did I get plastic surgery and I didn't know about
Yeah,
it? What the fuck?
I mean, like, I'd apologize to my mom, but she knows too. Like,
Well, yeah,
she
everyone
looks
does.
like an alien. It's
Yeah.
bad.
Well, I think the problem with plastic surgery is lip fillers. Like once you get to like lip fillers and like silicone shit that like
Right.
they're just like injecting stuff into you to make you look puffier. Usually that's when it gets really
Well,
bad.
I think it's like a slippery slope where like first you get them and you're like, I want to fix this like minor imperfection,
Right.
and then you fix it and it doesn't look totally natural, but like you fixed your problem, and then you're like, wait, I'll just fix another problem and another problem, and
I'm gonna have
suddenly
massive
you look in the
titties.
mirror and you're like, huh, what happened?
Right.
Yeah, like
I
you might as well
fucked up.
fucking package me up and label Barbie on me because like you were just all fucking plastic.
And especially when like you're older and it like
You've
just looks
seen like
really fucked
you've
up.
seen like the people who did like the human Barbie and human Ken doll thing.
Yes.
Oh, the human Ken doll
and
one's
they just
bad.
look like they don't look human. They look like
No.
actual creatures.
Did you see the girl who's like tried to be Angelina Jolie and she looks like an
Oh my-
like
There's
she
a guy
looks
that tried to
fucking-
be Superman in Brazil. I don't know if you saw that.
No,
he
I didn't
died
see that one.
because like it
Oh,
was just
shit.
so much. He had like fake muscles and shit, which is like
Oh.
wild that
Oh,
they can find a doctor.
was
to
it-
do
was
that.
it the
Why wouldn't you
synthol?
just work out?
I think so. It might have
You,
been.
you guys know what synthol is, right?
No.
No.
So
Is it
it's,
like that
it's
silicone?
actually it's really popular in Russia. So think like breast implants, right? But for dudes, instead of getting breast implants, you're getting implants in your
Biceps?
Like, biceps.
Oh,
yeah.
So you look really strong, but it looks so fucking like unnatural. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's like
Terrible.
imagine just having like a fake tit right in your arm.
Right.
It looks weird. And like if you like in a shirt, it looks like that guy's like abnormally strong. Like that's weird. Like
Yeah.
his biceps like out to here.
Only
That's
his left arm.
when you can see the arm though, it's like what the fuck is going on? It's like a Russian thing.
yeah,
Like,
I think different cultures.
if you've
have
ever watched
different-
some of those like slapping contests,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you'll,
those
you'll
guys.
see you'll see them.
different cultures have like very different plastic surgery. I guess like preferences. So like I know Japan is very big on plastic surgery, like facial
are?
plastic
Korea
surgery.
too.
Yeah.
South Korea,
Korea
too.
Oh, I
a
don't
lot.
know.
Yeah, Asian culture like there's a lot of plastic surgery, but like usually it's like good plastic surgery. Like they know what they're doing over there.
They do
It is
so much.
interesting though, like that you mentioned that like you can pick up on somebody that has plastic surgery immediately. Like there's just like a weird uncanny thing about it, even if it's like subtle, like you were saying. Like the first one, like even like a Botox thing, I feel like anybody could notice like, hey, there's something with her face.
I don't know. I feel like if it's a good enough job, you might get fooled at first, but like after a while, you'll probably notice.
I can't notice Botox. I can notice like when people really change shit, like lips and stuff.
Well,
I can
again,
notice.
I think it's like that slippery slope where they start with something that's just kind of inconsequential, and then eventually they look like a fucking alien.
Yeah.
And like,
there's probably different levels to it. Like right,
yeah, of
like
course.
Botox. Like I'm sure there's like straight up facelifts where they're like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
oh, I've
awful.
seen it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
it's gross stuff, man.
I couldn't imagine doing anything like that. That stuff's nuts.
You can normally tell because people's like Botox in their forehead is always super obvious to me because their eyebrows stop moving. Once,
Oh, yeah, that's
once you
true.
like
Yeah.
clog
Oh,
up all
true,
of this,
yeah, there's no, like-
there's nowhere for it to move, so your
Right.
eyebrows just stay
They're, like,
stable the
you're,
whole
like trying
time.
to move it, and you're like,
Yeah, It looks weird. You can notice like any type of Botox on the face is normally like they lose movement in certain parts, so you
Yeah.
see like only their mouth moving,
Oh.
and they can't move any other part of their
I'm
face.
so
See,
happy I
I'm
can't
waiting
win.
for like the sick body mods, like
Yeah,
when
me
you get
too.
like mechanical parts.
That's what I'm talking about.
That'd
Like,
be
That's
sick.
that's the shit
Dude,
where I'm
did
like,
we talk about this? Like
I've been preaching this
an
every
entire.
time.
Imagine this, dude. An entire fucking sport where like you beat each other up, but you have to have like steroids or like
Oh,
fucking like
Jesus.
That'd be
mechanical
sick.
shit.
Oh, yeah, it'd be great.
That would be fucking awesome.
Cyborg
no, I'm
beatdown.
totally for that. If there
Yeah.
was like a no rules sports, I would love it.
That'd be
Like,
awesome to
obviously,
watch.
like they
UFC's
couldn't do
pretty
it
close.
because people would be like, well,
It's
even
obviously
UFC,
that you can't like do steroids.
people would
and
be
shit, but
like, you know, there's a
Just kill each
humane
other.
issue here. Like we can't do this, but like I don't know, it would be nuts.
There'd be
to
a
have,
lot
like,
of brain damage, too.
Cycling where it's like you can just do whatever the fuck you want.
No, that'd
you
be
know what I
cool.
mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, but I think
take as many
yeah.
steroids and like
Yeah,
do whatever
yeah,
you want
I
to your
agree.
The
body.
problem with that though, as soon as you start promoting steroids, then it's just gonna become like a mainstream thing, and everyone's gonna start doing it.
I mean, it's already kind of a mainstream thing.
Yeah, but like when you're like
it's
encouraging
definitely
it,
it's definitely like seen negatively.
yeah,
Like if somebody is like caught doing steroids to like enhance themselves rather than to like, you know, bring themselves back up to normal.
treat
Right.
themselves.
Right. Like steroids are to treat yourself, to make
Right.
yourself go from weak to strong enough to do what a normal person could do. Not
Yeah.
go from strong enough to do what a normal person can do to
Times
strong
5.
enough to do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Right.
like dude, they
But-
start this new sport, and they're like Lance Armstrong instantly has all the records, guys.
Right.
Like the cycling one.
That's what I'm saying. Like so,
What was that?
everybody should be on steroids in a certain sport.
You
Like,
think so?
Imagine like a cycling sport where everybody was on steroids.
Right. I think it would
People
be
would
cool.
be flying down that motherfucker.
Right. They're
It would
going
be
like
fucking
like
awesome.
70 miles per hour.
Yeah,
with,
right.
like,
Yeah.
no modification.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, like
Holy
how?
shit! Like these are fucking
That's
super.
sick.
And like, you know what? Some of them might die. They might just
Well,
have heart
they-
attacks
they knew
right on the
right.
cycling
Yeah, their
course, but
hearts
they
can't
knew the
handle
rest.
it.
Yeah. I think that'd be cool.
Going back
You
to-
need a good legal team, but like,
Yeah. Right.
Before we get off the plastic surgery thing, I'd be dude, what is it called when the guy like holds the puppets and like doesn't move his mouth? Except for the-
Ventriloquism.
Ventriloquist. That now, if you could do plastic surgery there, you wouldn't even look like you're talking.
Yeah. Right.
yeah, but then you put the puppet down and you're still not talking.
No facial expression, just
Yeah. Right.
it's just talk. It's like
Yeah,
straight
but
up
like when
talking.
you're supposed to be talking, like they
Right.
don't know. It's like, yeah, you doing? Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming out, guys.
Is that?
You're like
Wait,
trying. Like
neither of them are moving. your
Where's
mouth.
the puppet?
Wait,
Wait,
Where's
who's
the
talking?
puppet?
Who's talking right now?
this guy's super good.
Incredible. Best performance. I've
He's
ever
in my
seen.
fucking head.
I don't even think he knew who was talking.
Is he a
What he's
magician and a fucking ventriloquist?
It's a three-way ventriloquist act. You have a guy who did not have any surgery, has his like hand up at that guy's ass who has a fucking puppet. So everybody thinks that like the normal guy is really good.
Hey, welcome to my ventriloquist
Yeah.
puppet.
Yeah, right.
He has his own puppet. Let me introduce you.
Right. Like, wow, that guy
Whole
can do
thing
that.
takes
Like,
off.
that's fucking incredible.
Wow, amazing.
Did you guys watch the David Blaine balloon thing?
No, I
Ascension.
heard about it.
No, what the
It
hell
was
is
really
that?
cool.
Ascension, yeah.
It was
So
really
he had
cool.
how many balloons did he have? Like,
I don't know how many he used. It was probably, if I had to guess just from looking, it's probably like 12 to 20 balloons.
there's like big ass balloons, like fucking.
What did you do? Fly?
Yeah, he held them and just fucking went straight up near 20-something thousand feet. Is that?
Yeah, he got
Jesus Christ.
How did he get down?
he fell.
He jumped. He
skydove.
like,
He
let
let
go
go?
of all the balloons
Yeah.
and then parachuted down.
Yep.
That's
free
fucking
free
cool.
fall.
Pretty
Like,
sick.
I mean,
20
that's
something.
kind of cool, but like,
It's definitely not David Blaine
No
tier
risk,
though. Like
but-
that's
Right.
what I was
What do you
thinking.
mean
like-
no risk?
I mean,
Okay,
it's
let me
just like-
let
it's
me
just
give you
like-
the full. Yeah, let
It's
me
just like
give you
jumping
the
off
full
a plane,
rundown.
like,
so
what?
he gets suited up for this whole thing.
Wait, who is this again?
David Blaine.
Oh, that's what I thought it was. Okay.
So he gets suited up for this whole thing. It had already been pushed back because the weather wasn't perfect. The weather had to be perfect
the balloons.
because it's a balloon. You have to pretty
Right.
much make sure it goes straight up, or else he could drift like
Anywhere,
to
yeah.
the next
Yeah,
state.
right.
You know what I mean?
Well, he could always just jump and then.
right,
He
he's got a
could, right?
parachute.
Exactly. But the whole point is he was supposed to lift up and then be able to fall pretty much straight down.
Right.
So he's going up and up and up. He's attached to like a full setup, so he's
Harnessed.
not really holding on to them.
But he is
Yeah.
to
But
make
he's
it
being
look like it.
supported. And so he goes up, he gets to like 12,000 feet, and then he puts on a parachute. So for the first 12,000 feet, he did not have a parachute
Okay,
on.
that's different.
Wait, what do you mean? I thought that was on his back the whole time.
Nope. So
sure?
it was in like a balloon, or it was like in a pack that was like above him, and he didn't put it on until like 12,000 feet in the air.
Jeez, that's pretty.
So he
sick.
put it on while he was still going up. The temperature got to like below freezing, like very, very cold. The atmosphere was like super thin, so he had to practice his breathing the entire time up. He had one of those oxygen readers on his finger, and he could see that when he would talk to the people on the microphones, that he was watching his numbers drop. He's like, I can't talk too much because he had to like practice his breathing.
Yeah.
And then finally he cruised up for another 13,000 feet, and right when he hit 25,000 is when he dropped. So
Damn.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's
Yeah,
a
they
lot.
said to climb a little like longer. I think he could have broken like a record or something if he went a little bit further.
Maybe I don't know. He
They
was
said like stay another 30 seconds or something. And they said
well, 30 seconds is a long time. He was ascending at like 500 feet per second.
He's going really fast. The
I
balloons
still
are
think
huge.
like you remember that Red Bull stunt where they like jumped from orbit. I still think that's kind
That's
of
sick.
sick.
Oh,
the
yeah,
highest
yeah.
point.
That was
But-
awesome.
But dude,
That was cool.
I don't know. Like I saw that and I thought it was cool. Obviously, like any human being. But David Blaine's done some fucking crazy
Oh yeah,
shit.
for sure.
He's
Was it
wild.
him who did the like the fish hooks in the back Grand Canyon flight?
Maybe.
was that,
I don't remember, but he did
He
the
definitely
ice.
could've
He
if
did
he
the
wanted.
ice thing, which was crazy. He was.
I think it was him. Basically, I forget if it was him or somebody else, but they took fishing hooks and they put them in his back and they flew him on a helicopter over the Grand Canyon. It's nuts.
It was either him or that sounds like a Chris Angel stunt.
It might have been Chris Angel.
does.
and that
yeah.
sounds way more like something he'd do.
He's a little bit more BDSM.
Yeah, it was Chris
Right.
Angel.
Yeah,
But dude,
Chris-
that shit's nuts.
Well, that's
Yeah.
not real. Chris Angel was
Chris Angel's
all
not real,
It was
yeah.
all production
oh,
stunts.
was it?
Yeah.
Was it
That's
really?
a shame.
Yes.
Yeah, it was all like it was all for like.
or something or what?
I don't-
I think it was just a known
You
thing.
can
Or-
just-
oh,
yeah,
it was a
yeah.
known thing.
Yeah.
Was it just like supposed to be like an illusion kind
Yeah,
of?
Yes,
exactly. It was all illusions. But
Eh,
dude,
fuck him.
but David Blaine's done some like ridiculous shit in this.
No,
like,
I agree.
He did in the ice when he was in the ice for how long was it? Like 48 hours or
No, it wasn't that. It was
24 hours?
I think it was longer.
No, it
Are
was
you talking about when
longer.
he was underwater for like
No,
20
he was in the
minutes?
ice. When he was in the ice
I think
because
he was- I think he was in
that
for,
was
like,
17
three-
minutes with the
That was
Puro
nuts.
2. Puro
That
2.
was nuts.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I remember that still. That was like a big TV event.
Yeah, it was
Like,
on Oprah. It was on Oprah, right?
I think it was on
I
Oprah.
don't know.
Yeah, I think it was. It was on Oprah.
Tune into
No,
Oprah.
it was on Oprah.
I think he was in the
Tune
ice.
into Oprah. Man
It was-
drowns.
Yeah.
It was
right.
on Oprah. I'm 100% positive.
Really?
Yeah, it was on Oprah.
That's a weird
He was in the
platform for
bubble.
that kind
He
of
was like a
thing.
bubble
Yeah.
on Oprah.
Although where else would you put it? Like fucking Nick and
Yeah,
Nick,
exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but like the ice one, he came out of it. I watched like a documentary on it, and for like a month, he like couldn't do anything. Like he was just in bed for a month because he was so fucked up, like from like starvation and shit.
I heard that he
His
started
brain
like,
was like
hallucinating and shit.
yeah, he
when
like
was in the
couldn't.
ice.
He got out and he's like, I'm not okay. Like he like couldn't fucking talk.
He was saying that it's one of the craziest ways to naturally hallucinate is to
Yep.
deprive yourself of sleep. He said it's like the equivalent of strength of any psychedelic.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. It's
Look,
weird how much your body needs
Oprah
sleep.
Winfrey.
Was it? It was Oprah. Holy
It
shit.
was on Oprah. That's why he said it was such a big deal because he had 6 months to train for Oprah. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna break the record. And then in between the time of the 6 months he was supposed to break the record on Oprah, it was broken 3 times. So he had to
Damn.
keep it kept climbing. It was like 15, like 30 or something. Then it went to 16, 27 or I don't know. I forget the numbers. And then he got 17 something.
What like happened to Oprah? Does she still do the show?
I think
Cashed
so.
out, bro.
She did?
Yeah, she cashed out.
Yeah, she started her own TV network
Yeah.
instead of hosting her own show.
The
She-
Oprah
She
network?
just
Yeah.
the OWN network. She started her own TV network.
So they have like talk
Oh,
shows
good
on her
move.
network.
Yeah, she branched out. She's in television. She's done. She owns like some 5-minute microwavable thing. I forget
Really?
what they're called. Yeah, she owns some special, like like the microwave meals.
Oh, I'm all about them.
She owns like an entire line of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of talk shows, like I had this. I talked to my friend Jack about this. Do you guys like any of you watch any talk shows?
No.
Like
Conan. A little
Fallon,
bit of
Conan. Yeah, Conan. I feel like they've all gotten way worse over the years. Like
I used to watch Jon Stewart back when Daily Show was around.
yeah, that's what
I
he said.
loved
He
the
loved John.
Daily
Yeah,
Show.
no, he said he doesn't even watch him anymore, like as much.
He's not really. He
Because
doesn't.
John Stewart doesn't have his show.
He doesn't have the show
Oh,
anymore.
not John Stewart. I'm talking
It's
about
Trevor Noah now.
Yes, Trevor
Yeah.
Noah. Yeah.
I never thought he was that funny, which was kind of the issue. Like he's not terrible, but like I feel like while Jon Stewart like definitely played into the politics of it, he also
Was a comedian.
was very very funny about pretty much everything that was going on. Sometimes to the point where it was like a little like dark that he was
Right.
being funny about it.
Yeah.
Trevor Noah is a lot more like into the political stuff, and I think he definitely knows his shit, but also like it's less funny, so it's less entertaining.
Yeah, I feel like all talk shows are usually for comedy, and a lot of them have like steered in
Right.
different directions.
Yeah, I also
So-
think we're not in the right political like.
Oh yeah, the
climate
political
for that
environment is
thing.
so toxic that like
Like,
joking
you can't-
about
I
it.
think
I
I
know.
think that's why I think that kind of ties into what Troy was just saying is that because it's so toxic with just political talk in general. that-
Exactly.
That you trying to put that into an entertaining media and it just
You're
does
gonna-
not.
Right,
Yeah.
you're
work as
pissing off 50%
well.
of your
Exactly.
watchers.
It doesn't
Yeah.
work
Yeah,
as
it's
well
just
as you
like-
wanted it, or
no.
as
And
it
even
did
the ones
before.
who like are on that side of the spectrum, or not spectrum, what the fuck, or like on that side of the political aisle, it's like they're still like sometimes they don't want to go watch politics. They can go to the news and watch politics. They want to go to
Right.
their Daily Show or whatever.
Right.
SNL, I
Late
think,
night
is a big
shows.
one.
Yeah.
Like
So-
SNL being like
exactly. You want comedy.
like I want to say like 5-6 years ago, SNL was kind of just like
They didn't talk
A
politics.
comedy
They
show.
had rare politics where like they'd have a
well,
funny
yeah.
moment or
Sometimes they'd
something.
make fun of somebody
They
in
would
politics,
usually the
or
president,
like
yeah.
or like an event that was going on, but
Yeah.
it wasn't every show. Now it's like people are like SNL's a political show, and I'm like that's I haven't watched it in a while, so I can't verify any of this. But I've heard people saying like SNL is pretty political now, and that's
They
kind of wacky.
they definitely
to
have
me.
a clear side. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely like they're liberal.
I mean,
Hollywood
that's
typically
fine
takes
because
that
most of
side.
the
Yeah.
writers and most of the actors
Yeah,
are
they are.
probably liberal, but
Yeah.
like, I feel like the watchers probably just don't want to see that. At least not
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah, I mean, there's always gonna be people who watch because obviously they're still in business. But I'm saying, as a general population, I rather if I'm going to watch those shows, I want comedy. I don't want politics. So
Yeah.
that's just my take. Because I used to watch who was it, James Corden? Gordon? Corden?
No,
He's kind of
Gordon-
I
fucking
hate that
annoying.
Europe. Yeah, I actually used
I
to
don't
like
like
some
him
of
either.
his stuff. Not like I didn't watch his show like
the fat
whole
guy,
thing.
the fat
yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
British
yeah.
guy.
I didn't watch the whole
yeah,
thing,
no.
but I'd watch some of his skits he had. So
That guy, that's like a very like he's everything he does is like too basic. You know,
yeah, he's a
it's
little
like
poppy.
car karaoke. Like
Jimmy
hit
Fallon sucks
songs.
now. Jimmy Fallon's the worst. He's like a meme at this point.
No, who
Yeah.
cares? Like, honestly, I think Conan's the only good one.
I like Conan.
And like
Conan.
I've thought that for a long time.
Yeah, Conan's
really
he's
good.
he's like chill. He's like cool.
And like all of his what do you call them? Like his like the stuff that he does outside of the set. I always thought they were pretty funny.
yeah, sucks that
um,
they can't really do anything now. So
I know. Yeah.
do you watch
He's-
it like consistently?
No. I just
Yeah, I
like
don't
I
watch
catch
any.
the clips.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
consistently.
And
I feel like
always
that's how
thought that
most
Conan was
people
pretty
are with
good.
those kind of
Yeah.
shows
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Like,
oh,
I
for
feel like
sure.
it's a clip
Jimmy,
show.
what's the guy's name?
You're
Not
about to
Jimmy
say something.
Fallon,
I know what you're gonna say. YouTube stuff.
What?
Jimmy, there's two Jimmys, aren't there?
Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Fuck
Like
that guy,
I
dude.
don't.
There's Fallon and Kimmel.
I
Fuck that
like
guy.
Kimmel, but like I don't like watching his show or anything. I kind of like.
I hate him
I
just because
think-
he started the whole YouTube thing.
I think Fallon's harder to watch than Kimmel. Actually,
Yes.
unless I'm
Yes.
confused.
All right,
I
sorry.
agree.
I always
I agree.
confuse the two. So which one's the one who is like into cars, and which one's the one who?
That's Jay Leno.
Jay
Jay,
Leno.
Oh,
Leno's
Jesus
in Cars.
Christ.
I'm like way off.
And actually, Jay Leno, do you know that he like fucked Conan like hard
Like
Literally?
Like,
yeah, with
Fuck
his
him.
dick. Or like,
with his fucking big chin?
Wow.
No, he so like back in like early 2000s, like 2002, Jay Leno was the host of the Tonight Show, and it went to
That's
Conan. Typically, when that like the changing of the guard happens, like Jay Leno, for example, would have kind of stepped out of NBC and did his own thing.
he
but
was great, dude.
He fought for his own show on NBC, and he kind of had the clout, as they say nowadays, to like do it.
Definitely at the
So
top.
like so there's like now there was a Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien, and then there was, which is like the main like talk show that they had, and then there's like this other show with Jay Leno. So now the audience is split as to who wants to do what, and then they kept pushing Conan out of his time slot because Jay Leno wanted his time
Damn.
slot because it was like the
Yeah.
good one, and so it got to the point where Conan had to leave. That's when he went to TBS because it was like, okay, well,
That's beat.
like NBC's fucking me, Jay Leno fucked me.
Right.
Jay Leno was like really fucking famous though. He was a
Yeah,
great
no, he
talk
was.
show.
He's
Yeah, him
huge.
and like probably the most famous talk show host was Carson Daly.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Everyone.
He was just
yeah.
like so fucking popular.
I just don't
Or
like talk shows.
Is it Carson Daly? No, it's isn't
I forget what it's
Carson Daly a
called.
reporter?
No.
You know what I'm talking about.
His name wasn't Carson Daly. It was something Carson.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah.
Like our old generation used to watch him.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
was
don't know.
gonna
I'm just
say-
not into talk shows. I think they're kind of.
Yeah, I don't really. I used to watch clips of them, and I would try and I watched a little bit of Stephen Colbert when he was on before he took over David Letterman show, and like I really liked him then. He was really funny, but I just like if I didn't like walk by and see my mom watching, I didn't even think about it. Like I wasn't ever watching these people in my own time.
Yeah.
But I think it's crazy to think that all of them are kind of doing the exact same thing. And I
Yeah.
find it even funnier that their views, what I was going to talk about that Troy was catching on to, is that like their TV show views are so shit.
Yep.
Which is
Yeah.
why they're always on YouTube. That's
Yeah.
why
They're
the
just
only
clips.
thing you ever see of them is their stupid YouTube clips. You're
Yeah.
never watching the whole thing. And if anyone were to watch the whole thing online, even less are watching it on their TVs when it's like premiering live.
Well, it's like because like think about the format of it. It's like kind of annoying. That's why I don't
It's
like
long.
it. It's like okay, first you do like your jokes in the beginning, which is
Right.
fine, whatever, and that's not too bad. Commercial break. Then you do your fucking like your first guest commercial break.
Yep.
Second guest commercial break. Fucking and then you come back. You have nothing else to talk about. And you
Skits.
have some shit band that nobody really cares about playing
Yep.
your fucking song, and then commercial break.
Yep.
So it's like really, what am I watching it for? Like,
Yeah.
give me the highlights. The only time that like again, like I like Conan's like skits or whatever you want to call it when he goes out into
Yeah.
the world and does random shit. Those are the cool things. But like again, I'm not gonna sit through fucking 50 minutes of bullshit just
Yeah.
to watch a 10-minute clip.
I think people in general are just starting to
Yeah.
watch things less. They just don't.
Oh,
I,
I
I,
agree. I
attention
mean,
spans are
switch-
down.
We don't even
a lot.
have cable at my house anymore.
yeah, good.
And like
I
I
don't
don't
miss it at all.
fucking miss it in the slightest.
No.
Right.
I don't need it ever.
What do we need? Like If I want to watch fucking cartoons, I got 10,000 streaming services to
Yep.
do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Don't need it.
And I feel like even the companies are like, all right, we get it. Like,
And as long as you have an Xfinity,
you just want to pay for what you want.
Just go on and
Yeah.
watch live TV on your phone or.
Yeah.
I was doing it today while you guys were playing D&D. I was on my phone watching the Eagles.
Yeah,
game,
that's
like-
what Brett was doing.
Exactly.
Watching the Eagles
So
game
I
upstairs.
mean, I don't understand what you need actual TVs for. I'm sure eventually they'll.
You
die
mean like
down.
a cable line?
I mean, the only time it's nice to have a big TV. Yeah, cable line. TVs are like big TVs are fucking awesome, but like I'd rather just be on my phone or something. Lately, at least.
It depends. Depends
I-
what it is.
I think there's just
For
so
big
many
events.
like
Big events,
things like
TV's
I guess
great.
Fire Stick or even like the consoles now,
Yeah.
like PS4, Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can just use them to watch
Or your
whatever the
fucking
fuck you want.
computer. Just
Or your
put it up to
computer,
your
yeah.
TV.
You can
Yeah.
hook up a computer to a TV.
I've been doing that for a while. Just like
Yep, same here.
long HDMI TV,
Yeah,
play
fuck
whatever
it.
I want.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, I think we're very close to where like consoles are. I mean, TVs are just for consoles.
You
Like,
think so?
Really? Because like, who's not gonna like the new Xbox like S, the slim model,
Right.
is $299, and like you can get every fucking streaming service.
For half that.
All right.
You can get it for a lot cheaper,
and it's
but like,
also
then you
an
can get
Xbox.
games if you want. You know what I'm saying?
for our generation, for like I say from
I'd probably say like 30s,
17 to 30 something,
maybe even 40s at this point. You know,
maybe.
like
It
I
just
think
depends on your
I think it's a
preference.
pretty good deal. Like if you just want like, hey, I just need to stream something to stream.
Well, I just feel like
Plus
the
you get the
people.
4K
I feel
output
like
and
the
all that.
people who are just like passively watching TV are kind of
Dying out.
either dying out or just not doing it as much.
Yeah, you're right. Like nobody watches. Every show now is like serialized, and like you have to kind of follow the episodes along. Like there's not a lot of like
I
passive
think
shows.
The
anymore.
reason I think the reason behind that is because there's not many good shows on television anymore. It's all on the streaming services. Like when shows come out, it's usually Netflix or Amazon Prime, something like that.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
originals.
Because when I was younger, my parents they used to watch like 24, Entourage, like there were
Right.
some sick shows back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the main reason.
And what's interesting is like they typically what happens now is like if a show's good that's on cable, it gets moved to streaming
Exactly.
because like that's where the
They'll
money
buy
is
'em
now.
out, yeah.
Yeah, they'll buy them
Exactly.
out.
So
So
the
it's,
money is.
like The Expanse. I want to watch that show, but like it was really good. It was on Sci-Fi, and then everybody got upset, so Amazon bought it, and now it's on. Now they're continuing the show there. I
But,
think
but
it's
like,
cool.
what show can you think of like recently that's been on actual regular TV with no paywalls that's been popular? There hasn't been really.
Some like The Flash, I guess.
Wasn't The Walking
what's that
Dead?
fucking show with the nerds?
Oh,
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory.
yeah, but that's
I
like
wanna
that's like
shoot myself
actual,
when I
that's
see that
actually
shit.
dumb TV. Like,
I fucking hate that
when I
show.
talk about like passive TV stuff, like Big Bang Theory with like laugh
That's like a
tracks
discount
and
Friends.
like
Yeah, it's like a discount. Friends.
here's
Oh
the
my God.
event of the day, and I think that's passive TV. Like Seinfeld, I think is like peak passive TV.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
Where it's like
Oh, Seinfeld's great.
You're not
like,
watching
it's,
Big
it's
Bang
not
Theory.
serialized. You don't really need to give a shit what's going on in the
Yes.
episode, and then Jerry Seinfeld walks in and does something funny.
You don't
Right.
need to watch it like in order. You don't.
You don't
need
need,
to,
well, you
yeah.
don't even need to be actively watching it.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
You can
That's
be
true.
like
like
eating
The Office.
fucking
It's like The
dinner
Office.
and
Same shit.
yeah, The Office is another great example, which I think is more our generation with Seinfeld being the one before us.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like there's nothing like that today,
Excuse me.
or at least nothing good.
Dude, 24 was fucking awesome. If you haven't watched 24,
Have you been looking at them?
What?
I was saying like I think my tits are out, and then like and then,
No, I
and then you
wasn't
were
looking
smiling.
at
I'm like, has he been looking at my tits this whole time?
now everyone just stares at Danny's
Yeah,
tits
right.
the entire time.
Yeah,
Right.
the rest of this episode, everybody's just gonna be like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
check
oh,
out
well,
Couldn't
that.
help but
Did you guys
Those
all
are
watch? Do you guys all watch 24?
No.
I watched enough when you were watching it with me. Do you remember when you
Yeah.
like had me watching some of it?
Yeah, I mean that's a great show.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Entourage, fucking hilarious. That's like a mix of.
Yeah, that's a paywall too. That's
Yeah.
Stars, right?
Yeah, it was. It was
And
stars.
it wasn't 24, like what, NBC or something?
I don't remember.
Right, because it was right after Lost.
Maybe TNT. I don't remember.
no, it wasn't
something like
TNT.
I have no idea.
I don't remember either. But it
But
was
like,
great.
okay, really quick, The Big Bang Theory.
Fuck
We are
that
all
show.
nerds here. Have you ever met a fucking nerd like any of them in the show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And
You
I-
have too.
Okay.
You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
too.
Okay. I worded that wrong. Like, I don't think the general nerd population is like that at all.
No.
That's
No.
where you should have
That's
started
what I'm
because,
saying.
of
Like-
course, I know someone who's like
Yeah,
that.
they
but
exist, but like,
not
are
very
you telling
many.
me like really like
No one wants to watch
this is
that.
such a? It seems like such an '80s view of like what a nerd
But
is.
you know
Yeah.
the weirdest thing? I feel like the people that the show is kind of like representing are the most obnoxious like people within the fandom. I don't know why anybody would want to sit down and watch that.
It's
right?
terrible.
Yes. It's like, yeah, like I know what you're trying to do here, and I can tell you right now, nobody likes these people.
I don't
Nobody
like,
would like this people
I don't
in
like
real
any
life.
of the actors. I don't
Right.
like the show. Yeah, it's.
But like you said it yourself. You know somebody who's like the characters in that show where they're
Right.
like they're almost on a savant level, which like,
Right, they're on the spectrum.
well, yeah,
In some way or
that's
another.
that's the mean way to put it. I was trying to put it nicely, but
We call it like it is around here, you know.
all right.
Welcome to the show.
well, you know what I mean. They have a lot of social issues. They're not exactly the most in tuned, and they're very into what they're into.
Right.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But like, when you go too deep with somebody who doesn't really give a shit, it goes from wow, you're really into this stuff. Wow, that's fucking annoying.
Yeah. There's a
And
very fine line that they
watch
always.
right, and watching a show where that's the point seems obnoxious to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
Oh, I totally agree. It's not for everyone by any means.
No, it's not. I just don't like sitcoms though. Like, so I guess it's just me.
That's what kind of I am. I run into the line of like anyone who's waiting for us to laugh and there's like literal delay in the show. It's like it's not funny. I mean,
Yeah, no, like
don't tell me when to laugh. Just
yeah,
make me
if
laugh.
you got a laugh track, yeah, I'm turning you the fuck off.
Right.
I like Friends though. Friends was good. I used to like
I've
Friends.
never
a lot.
liked Friends.
Really? I enjoyed
I don't
it.
really care for it.
I like Seinfeld because like
Seinfeld's good too.
I think the
something
sitcom
about like Seinfeld.
Seinfeld's
was, like,
good.
Everybody in the show is like kind of didn't give a fuck.
the writing is good.
The writing's
I
just
think that's
good,
the
yeah,
thing.
right.
It has
Nah, that's
actual
great. That's a
writers
great
making
show.
real jokes.
Right.
Yes.
It's not just like character walks in and says a fucking catchphrase and everybody goes,
Haha.
"You
Yeah.
can laugh now."
Yeah.
It's like there's jokes.
Yeah.
Me and Danny were just watching some Always Sunny clips and
Always
episodes
Sunny.
the other
I
day.
love
What a
Always
show. What
Sunny.
a show.
I never watched it.
Because it's such
So
it's the
funny.
polar opposite of what you expect from like a sitcom where like they're like, hey Jenny, and whatever their catchphrase is, and then everyone laughs in the
Right.
background. But these guys, they just say something wild and everyone just looks at them. They go, all right, moving on.
Yeah, right,
There's
yeah.
just there's no sound,
No,
there's no
that's
laugh
a show.
track.
Well, I think the idea is like you have these ridiculous characters who are super unlikable,
Yes,
but it's
exactly.
really funny because they're so unlikable and they're so dumb that they just get in all these like situations that
Right.
are funny.
Yeah, it's just-
it's such a great
It's
show.
like
It is.
Seinfeld in that way, where Seinfeld like the characters are more likable, I think, than in Always Sunny because in Always Sunny they're just like
right.
they're characters.
There's some really good characters.
Like
in
what I-
Seinfeld.
Oh,
The
they're
whole thing
great.
is,
but,
You know what it
like,
is? I can sum it up. I hate when the fucking writers and whoever think I'm a fucking idiot and like
Right.
I hate
It's
it.
totally
It's
it. It's totally it.
I know when to fucking laugh. If you made a fucking joke, I will laugh.
That's
I
why I
promise
think
you.
like I tried to watch the IT Crew. Which,
Oh yeah, the It Crowd or whatever it's
whatever
called.
it's
yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah,
called.
yeah.
But everybody raves about it online. It's like it's a British show that like everybody says is really great. And like I tried to watch it. I couldn't get past the first episode because of the fucking laugh track.
Yeah, laugh tracks are annoying
Really?
as fuck.
hate laugh tracks.
I hate it because like sometimes the joke's even like kind of funny, like sensible chuckle. But like you give yourself your sensible chuckle,
right.
and then after that, the laugh track in the audience is still going. You're like, dude, shut
Yeah,
up.
yeah, and the worst part is like it feels so fake. You can always
Yes.
hear that one guy or that one girl who's just
Yeah.
laughing harder.
And
than
then you got
everyone
the
else.
woo in the background.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
Always something.
I just looked up who invented it. Charles Douglas. Fuck you.
the
1970s.
laugh track?
The laugh track. Yeah.
Wow.
In the 70s. So.
Oh, also, it
I
was,
feel like the idea is it's like it's
Jimmy
supposed
Carson
to
was the
be
guy's name.
Jimmy Carson.
Jimmy Carson.
it's supposed to be like a live studio audience. That's like the
They're all named
idea.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
But
Jimmy
like,
Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Carson.
But yeah, it's nuts. That's why I like Always Sunny so much. Is they
It's just
they
good.
never
It's funny.
wait for you to laugh. They're
No.
everyone's just doing
Seinfeld's
their
the same
thing.
way.
Yeah, Seinfeld is the same. way.
Didn't Seinfeld a laugh track, right?
I think it does, but it's not.
I don't
I don't remember it being
It just
bad.
feels more natural in Seinfeld though. Like
What about Curb Your
something-
Enthusiasm?
Curb Your
Oh,
Enthusiasm is
great
great.
show.
Oh,
Curb Your
so
Enthusiasm
good.
is great.
Yeah,
So good. Oh my god.
so perfect.
I really do wish like I could be Larry in certain situations where it's like, yeah, like whatever I say, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I try and be Larry. I'm gonna be honest. When
Yeah.
when I see like Larry in a situation, I'm like, huh.
Like what would
I'm
Larry
gonna
do?
do that. I'm gonna
Actually,
do
what
that,
would Larry
right.
do right
But
now?
I feel like you're not supposed to want to be like that.
Maybe a little bit.
I feel like as you get older, you realize like you know what, like
I don't
my
give
life
a
would have been
shit.
so much smoother if
Yeah.
I just did not take bullshit.
He
Right.
carries that.
But his
show.
life isn't like
Yeah, to
amazing.
an extent. I like Leon. What is Leon? Right? His black friend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like him. I like all the
No, I'm
characters.
saying
on
like
it.
he's just like he's a creative genius. Like he's really, really.
Oh
good.
yeah,
He's really
no, that
funny
guy.
as
Yeah,
fuck.
he's hilarious. My God.
But like if you had to deal with all the shit that he had to deal with every day, like you would not be having a good time.
Right.
No, but what I
exactly.
like about the show is like he almost causes 90% of his problems.
Right. Yes.
And
Great.
that's why I'm
Great.
saying you probably shouldn't watch the show and be like, wow, I really want to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like
right.
Larry David. You
Right.
should be like, wow, this guy's a huge asshole. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But like, and sometimes I want to be that big of an asshole to
yeah.
people. But you shouldn't be like, you know what? I sure wish I could drive everyone who loves me away and
Right.
make everybody else uncomfortable as fuck
Right.
around me.
Yeah. Good quality
that'd be
comment.
very entertaining, making everyone really uncomfortable around you, though.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I mean, like, think about it. He's only doing it for himself.
Right, but like, do you really want to live like that?
Maybe.
Where like everybody around you's like, oh, this is my friend. He's a huge douchebag asshole, but like we keep him around.
Right. I don't think
Gives me a
I don't
laugh
think it
every
would
once in a
go
while.
that bad.
Every once in a while, he's kind of funny.
I just think like take Always Sunny with Charlie Day, and like
Yeah.
he's just always thinking of some ridiculous way to screw up a situation.
Yeah, right.
Well, he's like brain damaged in the show, so like,
Right.
What do you guys think of the new consoles?
Oh,
I think they're.
I'll say this: if
Yes.
I can't get, well, I'm quick. If I
Okay.
can't get the fucking graphics card, like the new 3080s,
Inside of it?
I might consider getting like a PlayStation 5, but I wouldn't get an Xbox right now at all.
See,
Wow,
here's
what was the
here's
whole
where
thing
I
with the
stand.
Xbox? What's the difference?
Well, listen,
Yeah, he'll explain it.
my big issue with the consoles that I think hasn't really been well, actually, it was a problem last generation too, but not the one before that. There's no fucking games for these consoles. There's nothing that makes me say.
There's no exclusives.
Well, it's not even exclusives. It's just in general. Everything's either going to be on PC and look better,
Yep.
or it's like a game that's been going on for fucking years that's not really that impressive.
Yeah.
Like Assassin's Creed, the last one, pretty fun, but I'm not gonna dish out $500 to play an Assassin's Creed game. I
I'll
don't
get-
care that much.
What is the backwards compatibility like? Like how
I
many?
really good, actually.
I
How
think
many?
they're all. I think both.
They're
of
all
them
good
are.
Like
now,
you
yes.
can go back to the original Xbox with the new Xbox Series X,
Right.
and I think PlayStation can do PlayStation 4.
Like, do you
games.
remember when GTA 5 released on Xbox 360, and then maybe a year later, they released Xbox One?
Yeah.
Did they make you re-buy
Yep,
the
yep.
game?
No, well, they did and they didn't. So a lot of it, when the Xbox One first came out, a lot of them were offering like, you trade in your version, like
And
the
you get
Xbox
the new one.
360 one, and then you also pay up $10.
Damn.
But if you
And-
didn't and you bought the regular one, then yes.
But
had to
like,
buy
if you didn't
the
get
new
it in
one.
that first like 2 weeks that the Xbox
it was
One was
only there-
out,
yeah, because I
Oh,
bought it
shit.
for both.
like that deal disappeared,
Yep.
and now
And
it was
also,
just,
I had to
you're
buy it
fucked.
again a third time for fucking PC.
And yeah, I bought it. I bought GTA way too many times.
I
Oh, yeah.
think I bought GTA like 5
Four-
times.
yeah, 4 or 5
I'm
times.
at 3.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
at 3.
Which
I
is
was like,
fucking
I traded
insane.
in for the Xbox One. I had to buy it again. Then it died as soon as I got it. I was like, all right, well, I can return it. And then I bought it like one more time, and now I
We've
own
probably
it
given
digitally.
GTA like over $600 between all of us or more.
I wouldn't
Oh
doubt
yeah,
it.
dude,
That's
GTA
crazy.
is
I mean,
a
I'm-
money-making machine.
They're insane. They're so good, dude. Rockstar kills
You
it.
think 10 times between us? I think, yeah, it could happen. Because I'm 3. You said how many?
I'm like 4 or 5.
I think I'm 4.
4.
I'm
How
4
many?
or 5,
4 or
yeah.
5, and
I didn't buy one of the copies, but technically 2.
okay,
'cause
so
I-
yeah, we're definitely over $600 just for
I had
GTA
an Xbox
5.
360 copy that was $60, and then when I bought it on PC, it was only like 20 or 25.
I did Xbox 360, Xbox One, PC again. So 4.
Why'd you buy it twice on
Twice
PC?
on PC?
Because I had on my other account because I used hacks on it and it got banned or
He had
something.
2. Yeah, he had 2
What is up with you?
Steam accounts.
That's something I don't get. Why cheat in a game?
No, okay.
It takes the fun out
Wait,
of it.
no. I don't cheat in games to just get a straight up advantage on people to like kill them and shit. Like I don't do like aimbot bullshit like that. Like that's not fun to me. But like I used to like getting 10 prestige stuff, so I had like cooler weapons, cooler skins. Like I care about the cosmetics of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the only time I'd cheat in like GTA and stuff was just for like my own personal fun, like having like be able to fly and shit or like unlimited money or like.
But like
something
in
that.
multiplayer or just
No.
single player?
The multiplayer one, like I by accidentally like act like toggled it or something.
Oh.
And it made me like super fast. Like I like put like the flash thing on, and it worked. And like it just banned me, and I was fucked. So
Yeah.
so that was I don't like cheating in games for advantage on just like because I like competing in video games. At
Right.
the point.
Right.
I had a great point just to bring up for Troy specifically. Is what about when you would cheat in Minecraft for X rank?
Oh my
Was it
God.
because everyone else was cheating that you had to compete?
100%.
I'll
100%.
never forget. This game actually got a
I'll
lot
remember
of
that.
controversy back in the day. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It was called War Z.
Oh yeah.
Have you?
A game?
You know about
Never
this?
played it.
Yeah, it was a
I've
game
heard of
called War Z. It came out like maybe a year
Brad
after the
Pitt?
DayZ mod like got really popular.
Right.
What?
I said Brad Pitt. Remember he's in the War
No,
Z
not
movie?
not the
I know,
movie
I know,
War
yeah.
Z.
I remember playing it with you. I think didn't we play like a
Me,
I didn't play a lot of it.
Well,
but I
me,
did play it.
Tom, Frank, and a bunch of other people really got into it. But near the end of when we were playing it, cheating got like really bad. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was like a shitty made game, but it was kind of fun.
But it was unplayable without cheats.
Well, no, it was playable without cheats, but it got to the point where so many people were cheating and the dev team wasn't really doing anything about it that like pretty much you'd go like probably 5 hours playing fine and then you'd run into a cheater and those 5 hours were pointless because it was like DayZ where you
Yeah.
die,
Yeah.
You lose
you're
your shit,
fucked.
yeah.
You go back to square one. So I was playing unknowingly, by the way. I was in a team with 2 friends, Frank and another friend who Jonathan. You know Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Jonathan too.
Yeah.
He does too, I think.
Okay, well, it was Frank and Jonathan. We were all playing together. Jonathan and Frank were both using cheats. I was the only one not using cheats. I didn't know that they were cheating.
So they were just like decked
But they were
out.
doing really well that day. I was like, wow, you know what? We're getting way more action than we usually do. But it got to the
ESP
point
or something? Like they could see other players?
they could see through walls
Okay.
and they had aimbot.
So oh, okay. Wow.
So
Christ.
we were approaching like a military base, and Frank's like, guys, stop. There's a guy in that like shed. And
You're like,
Frank, and I'm like, okay, like, I didn't know how he knew it, but like, I didn't question it because he's
Right.
just like, he's making
He
a
gave a
call,
call
out.
out,
Right.
right.
Like, I don't know what he can see. So I'm like, all right, there's a guy in the shadow. We approach it, and Frank's like, wait, stop. He's looking at me. I think he's cheating. And Frank goes into voice chat, and he's like, dude, you fucking cheating? Like, I see you, like, staring at me through the wall. And the guy's like, how do you see me staring at me
Yeah.
through the wall unless you're cheating too? And I'm like, wait, you guys are cheating?
I feel like there's a huge problem with cheating in games.
Oh, yeah,
obviously,
it's
obviously.
bad.
So
Yeah.
the way Sam said it, that was like before, I guess. I mean, cheating's always been a thing, but that was before, like, hardcore aimbotting in games, like with
Yeah.
Minecraft when we were like 13 or something.
Yeah.
Dude, if you didn't have X-ray on a faction server, you're not getting anywhere. Like, you have to have at least one person with X-ray doing all the diamond runs for you while everyone else does other
Yep.
shit.
Do you remember the jail servers?
The jail servers, yeah, like
Yeah.
everyone was just going crazy.
Those
fast
were like
because
set
you have
for
to
yeah,
X-ray.
those were kind of like set up for you to use X-ray, although they still banned people. Like they just wanted you to mine in a big ass hole and just be like, yeah, well, good luck against the guys that are cheating.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing is like there was a lot of ways around, like different hacks in Minecraft.
Yeah.
So what they started doing was anti-X-ray, like for the server plugins, and every time you use X-ray, it would just show like random blocks that weren't even like there. So it would disguise the block until someone broke the block next to it, and then it would like appear, which was cool. But there was still like ways around it and like ESP shit that like and then we still just like leveled up a million times. But
I can honestly say I think the only cheat I've ever done in a game is I downloaded the golden weapons for Red Dead Redemption 1. That's the
Oh,
so you
only
never used
thing
X-ray. You never used X-ray on Minecraft.
I think I downloaded the texture pack that gives you X-ray, but I never actually downloaded a mod.
See, that's what I'm
that
saying though. Like everyone had to use it. That's the only way I'd ever use a cheat that like affected the game. Like
Yeah.
I fucking hate people who like aimbot. Like how do you play a game and actually enjoy it when you're just aimbotting? Like that's not fun.
I think it's
You
just
know,
the
it's a big-
mentality
it's
that
a-
I won.
It's
You know
a
what I
big
mean?
like Asian thing, and not to be
Yeah.
racist, but like,
I think it's
really
mostly
big.
just China. I don't think
China,
it's
yeah.
Okay, I'll say China. Like it's very much like not like you should be winning. So like you use any means necessary. And, like,
DUTV when these fucking guys kill me, dude, because that's like the streaming service. In
Yeah,
China.
yeah.
DUTV and that's like numbers. Oh my god, when they kill me, I'm like fucker. Like I just get so pissed.
What
off.
is that?
It's their streaming service. Like so they name.
Oh, it's one of those like.
like
it's
they're
a
promoting
TY
themselves.
or TV that they do on.
They're
like,
promoting their like stream, but
Yeah.
like it's
Right.
a different streaming. It's like
Right.
us having Twitch on the end of our name or something like that.
right.
oh, you're saying when a Chinese streamer kills you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a
I
lot of
don't
times,
mind that.
a lot of times they're hackers, like because they're probably not live. They just fucking hack. It's dude, I can't stand cheaters in those games. Shooting games.
FPS is, I think, cheating
It's
is
the
just
worst.
the worst thing ever.
Yeah, Call of Duty back in the day.
So much of it is like skill based. You know, you have to precisely aim at people's head and shoot them better than they can shoot you. And when they're like cheating and
Right.
taking that whole point of it
Yeah,
out,
doesn't matter.
It's even happened in the pro
really good.
scenes, like
Oh, yeah.
Fnatic.
I mean-
Fnatic and
CS:GO.
CS:GO. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've heard of like the stuff with like Overwatch, right? Where like when they were doing like the online leaderboards,
Yeah.
they found out like 500 players and like, or no, it wasn't 500. It was like 300 players in the top 500 like players in the Asian server were fucking using aimbot.
Yeah.
300 of the 500 players, which means like if they're trying to find a game, they're playing against pretty much people exclusively using aimbots. So you know what? Kudos to the players who were playing legitimately.
Yeah, that
That's
sucks.
nuts.
Going up against people with aimbots every game and winning somehow.
Yep.
That's nuts.
that's
Yeah.
what regular CS:GO competitive matches are like. That's why so many people refuse to play them, because you get to a certain rank where like it's so obvious. So there's like two splits. So you either are trying to like push your way up to like the actual good players, and you run across a ton of Smurfs who are like the players who
Right.
are already at the max level and they're playing super low noobs so that they
well,
can
it's
just
usually not
crush
even max
everyone.
level. It's usually like you're like you're in like the golden tiers, like the gold AK. I don't know the rank names, like Novas, gold AKs,
Right.
and then you like just drop down to like high silver to just fucking stomp on these people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
because you're hard stuck. You're decent, but you're not great.
Yeah.
You're gonna get shit on by pretty much anyone who's really good at the game.
Right.
But you also have enough game sense and enough like skill that you're gonna be able to shit on anybody who's newer than you.
Right. So as I was saying, you get to a point where you have tons of those, and then you push past that. You get to the really good players, and then those people are either just straight up hacking, or they're incredibly good. So like you want to be playing with the other incredibly good players, but there's so many people who have hacked their way up to there and are just casually playing with cheats that you get one. Like,
and the only way you beat them is game sense. It's the only way.
Even then, it's like hard. Like,
of course.
It
If
depends on
they
their
can see you
cheats.
through a goddamn
I mean,
wall,
Depends on
like,
their cheats. There's guys who literally just stand in the spawn and they just shoot and it kills someone. You're like, So this goes back to what we talked about earlier. Would you guys want to watch a whole
cheaters
tournament of just cheaters, like
Right.
Not
the
for-
max
not for
cheaters?
esports.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying,
Esports
like,
is like gonna be like,
it could be funny, honestly. It
funny,
could be
but-
pretty funny.
It's
Like,
nonstop.
you
aimbot.
have like 5 people with like wall hacks, just like using walls between each other. Like,
the
all right,
law
I'm
has
gonna
entered
get
the
him.
game.
Right.
I'm gonna peek him, and then I gotta click before he clicks, or else we lose.
right.
I mean, it could be funny,
all the
but
rounds
it
are
wouldn't
like
be
less than 3
interesting.
seconds
Yeah, right.
long.
But hey, I guess that just shows like people in general just have like a motive to win no matter what.
Yeah,
So like
people want to win at all costs.
cheat at whatever, fucking steroids, video games.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So it's kind of interesting to compare the two. Or
Yeah,
just,
that's why
play.
so many people had switched over to. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Face It.
No.
But it's essentially a pay-to-play competitive scene in CS:GO.
Oh, that's cool.
So they made the game free, so people don't mind spending like $5 or $6 a month to just have like a premium matchmaking service for them.
Yeah.
And so there's no cheating. The games are like recorded. You can dispute them. It's like game battles for Call of Duty, but
That's
on
smart.
CS:GO.
So-
No, it's really smart. That's where the actual pros play, is in Face It, because that way it's like
Well,
regulated.
what other choice do they have? I mean,
Exactly.
especially with a free to play game, especially once
Yeah.
you get into free to play, like I used to be big into
League's
Team
pretty
Fortress
good
2
at
trading.
not having cheaters.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
No, I feel like in a MOBA it would be a little bit more difficult to cheat.
well, people used to have what's it called when you can dodge like every skill,
Yeah. I forget what it's called.
I know what you're talking about,
But,
but
movement
like
like cheats or something.
Yeah.
stuff like that, it's hard to program,
Yeah.
and it's even harder to maintain while not getting banned from.
Yeah, because
you
they're
know,
pretty strict.
those
They'll
up
ban
high.
you for saying like you suck or like
Right.
just.
So if
demeaning
they're already
someone.
strict at banning and they send out a lot of ban waves, having like a cheat like that is going to be tough to kind of keep under wraps, especially when it's so obvious. Like you're saying, it's dodge everything.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Like like people used to toggle it, but like you can tell pretty easily.
Right. I mean, that's like with RuneScape with people who have the
The bots.
auto swap for prayers, where like as soon as you attack them,
Mm-hmm.
they switch to exactly what you're attacking them with before you even,
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
because
yeah.
it knows what weapon you're using.
Okay.
So like the way the bot works is it's like, you pull out a crossbow. The second you do that, it switches to anti-bow.
So that's a very simple
you pull out
game.
your
That's why.
sword. Yeah, it's so simple,
That's why
and
it's
that's
so
why
easy
it's
to
had
cheat.
problems
Yes.
what?
forever.
Forever.
Yeah, it's never not had problems. So I was gonna say 2 things. One, I'll go back to the console thing after, but first, like, what game do you think does the ranking system the best? Like, what game do you think has a fair ranking system? I know, obviously, I played League a long time. It's terrible. Like, you could be
like ranked.
yeah. You could have 3 accounts. You could have an account in plat, gold, silver. Let's just say you shouldn't be in silver, but like you could sway like 2 ranks probably, which is a lot in in League, because versing gold players versus plat players is pretty different.
I feel like honestly, ranks in team-based games are just tough to do in general.
Yeah.
Because like
I think Apex does a really good job.
I think Apex does a good job, but I also I feel like Apex does a good job, but you could just kind of hide your way to a high rank.
Yeah, but then you also get points for kills, and you lose points like every game if you don't get to a certain top 10 or something. So you could hide, but
if you're like a decent enough team who can take on like a 1 squad or 2 squads,
yeah, but once you get to a high
right,
thing, you're
you'll
fucked.
lose. But if you come in 4th, like you still go up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but they're never gonna have fun playing the game, so therefore you're never actually gonna be good.
True.
Like, your rank won't mean anything. So
That's true.
I had actually seen someone talk about how Apex's matchmaking system at the higher ends is like really bad
higher
because
ends?
because there was diamonds who were getting matched with predators, and like there were
Well,
they
I
were
think
like
it's because there's not enough players. That's
Right,
probably why.
exactly.
Yeah,
But-
that's my other. That's my
I don't
next-
know.
there's not a lot of players at that
I think
level
I
yet.
think honestly, just cutting in real quick, I think the rank of predator is not a something you want.
Apex
you fucking predator.
Sorry.
Is it called Apex Predator the
Yeah.
rank?
Okay,
Okay, not
that's
just
better.
Predator.
Yeah.
So
It's Apex
that's a good point though, because I was also going to say, what are like the positives and negatives of having a console versus having a PC? And there's not many positives for console, except what Sam just said: more population of gamers like on certain games.
Well,
Yeah.
it's more
Cheats,
population. There's
really not
way
on
less
console.
cheats on console.
Yeah.
It's night and day. There's really like playing Halo for years, I mean, you'd run into a cheater maybe like
Very rarely.
And it was
once
something-
every
it was
Call of
6
Duty was
months.
bad. Call of Duty was bad.
Call of Duty was
archaic.
pretty bad.
It was like a lag switch or something. You know, it was like
Oh, that was bad. Back in the day, lag
Yeah, man, oh
switches.
my God,
That's
that
so
shit was
funny.
fucking
I
Yeah,
totally
with like
forgot
J
about
tags and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ugh.
But I was gonna say, like, certain games, like, let's, for example, I know you guys don't play it, but like 2K, NBA 2K got big on console. It came to PC like 3 years ago, and it's not popular on PC. So if you go to like the My Park mode where like all the players go in like 3v3, it's like street ball. There's like maybe 50 players on the PC version when there's like 400 in different lobbies on Xbox.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's certain games that like are beneficial to consoles, but at the same time,
I feel like sports games in general.
it's sports games, yeah. But there's some games that are cool to play on console, but I feel like that's about it for positives to consoles. Everything else is way better on the PC, in my opinion.
No, I've had that opinion for like fucking ever, man.
Yeah.
Like
no,
it's just
I
like
think there's a few, honestly.
Maybe exclusives, but like that's not
I
even great
think
anymore.
friend systems are definitely better, I
Like
think,
what?
on Xbox.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
I just-
Well,
Compared to,
Xbox-
wait, friend
What do you
system
mean? Yeah.
in comparison to what?
Like
Well,
Discord?
Yeah, but like you have so many people hopping around and like you have
Discord's
so many different
that's
servers.
better.
Discord's great now, but I'm saying before Discord.
Yes. I'm saying now though. Yeah, you're right. Like
Before Discord,
curse
like,
voice and
If
raid
we're
call and-
comparing Xbox 360 to like Skype,
Skype was terrible.
like Xbox 360 was way better for
Yeah.
just managing friends, seeing who's
Yeah.
online, seeing what they're doing, seeing what they're playing.
yeah, that's fair.
I agree.
Discord's pretty great for what it does, but back in the day it was pretty rough. I think cheating's definitely a big thing.
Yep.
I think population's a big thing that you mentioned.
Depends on the
Okay.
game though, for sure. Like if you're 100%, dude. If you're
Oh.
playing
Troubleshooting, I think, is way better on console.
Troubleshooting
like
what?
like problems with the game.
Like when you have a problem with your system on
yeah, that's true.
on like PC, it could be fucking anything. You have to
Example,
look
Danny
around.
Well,
launching
yeah.
Avengers.
Yeah,
I mean-
but I also feel like I also am very restricted to what I could do.
That's true.
Exactly.
Like
It-
yeah,
it-
the Marvel
yeah.
game, like, I
Obviously-
couldn't do jack shit really, but like at least I tried a bunch of shit. Like with consoles, like well,
But I feel like you don't have that problem. Like I feel like
There's not many problems
If
with
you
it.
go and you buy a game, if you buy a game day one on console, you pick it up, you go home, you pop it in your system, and your system's working okay, the game's gonna play, no matter
yeah,
what.
that's
Yeah,
true.
that's good. That's good.
Unless,
if you
unless
have-
there's an actual issue with the game, exactly.
Right.
Well, that's what happens when you mass produce. The
Right,
exact
but I'm
same
saying
machine.
that you don't have to deal with that bullshit. You don't have to be like Danny, where he buys a game and day one it's like, oh, we don't support this driver, or we're having crashes.
That's the
on
reason
this
though, is because
cutscene.
they only have to worry about 2 consoles.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
saying
yeah.
No,
the
I see
standardization
exactly what you mean. Yeah,
I know,
actually
yeah,
makes
I
it.
agree.
But it is frustrating when it.
Oh,
does
yeah,
not
when
work.
it doesn't work,
Like
like,
I think
you're
like
fucked.
No Man's Sky, for example. It's like okay, well
Oh,
I'm not playing
geez,
this,
don't
and
bring
there's
that
I
game
can't
up.
even try to fix it.
exactly.
Like I mean, even if trying to fix it,
I think
doesn't
that's
yield
more the
any
game
fucking
than
That game
results.
was
Yeah.
fucking terrible. That was.
Oh yeah, no,
That's
that's
more
well,
the
that's what
game
I'm
than the
saying.
system.
They should
Yeah,
have. They
no,
should
but
have got
that's what I'm
sued for
saying,
theft.
like,
Like they should have got sued for theft.
Like if
That
you're
company.
if the game crashes on console, there's nothing you can do about it.
No.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Also, a
So, I
big
mean, at
thing.
You
least-
can't optimize anything.
You can't
or,
optimize
like,
anything. You can't change
you're
settings.
just-
Nope.
Also,
It
I
just
think
is what it
a
is.
big thing. People who are console people and never really had like experience with PC. Nowadays, you can watch YouTube videos and like find out a lot of shit. But before, like when we started playing Minecraft, like if you played on Xbox when it first came out, it was trash. Like it was so behind. We could have servers with plugins and like crazy shit that we could customize because
and
we
that-
had a PC.
And I think PC
Which is
gaming
such an
is
advantage.
definitely better, but also consider back when we first started playing Minecraft, we had to use fucking Hamachi to play with each other.
yeah, but
Yeah.
the fact we could even
On Xbox, you hit a button and you hit invite friend,
no,
and
because
that's
it wasn't even out yet on there. It
Well,
wasn't even out
okay,
on Xbox.
I know what you're saying, but I'm saying when it did come out on Xbox,
Yeah,
you hit the button, you hit invite
Yeah.
friend. You didn't
Yeah.
have to deal with the bullshit.
you still have to deal with the bullshit of making a server. Like you have to actually like
Right,
port
it's
forward.
fucking annoying.
Yeah,
But, like,
that's why you have the customization.
I'm saying with consoles, you're getting simplicity, you're
Yep,
getting standardization, you're not getting any customization,
Yeah.
but you're getting a package that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like
With-
buying an iPhone.
With
you know?
PC, it's like the Wild West. Like, there's gonna be cooler shit that you can do.
right.
You can do like a million different things. You can play a million different games, and they look better and they play better. But like, you have to worry about like people who don't have the same specs as you not being able to play a game with
Yeah,
you,
it's true.
or like somebody's
Now I think
connections
that's gonna
being
change.
weird.
That's gonna change in the next like 2 years
Well,
when
I
AMD
also-
takes over.
I agree. I would just like to know, when have you ever tried to play a PC game and one of your friends couldn't play?
Not often, unless they
It's
don't
not
have a
often,
PC.
but it's happened.
I mean, I
Yeah.
just feel like it happens as often as a console game launches and the console game doesn't work very well. You know what I mean? Like, it
Well,
happens.
like,
Of course,
in our friend
happens,
group,
but-
everybody's got an Xbox, right? But not everybody has a PC.
It's changing. It's changed a lot.
Right, it
Yeah,
is
used to
changing.
be,
But
like-
I'm saying everybody in our group has an Xbox. Not everyone has a PC. Everybody has a personal computer, but not a PC that can run
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
So like if we're like, let's play a game on PC, me and Danny for example, we can run it, no problem. But if like Marquise for example, his old computer couldn't run shit. He wants to play
Did
a
he
game with us, and
did he
his
build a new one?
computer sucked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
did.
built a new
See, that's
one
what I'm saying.
recently,
Like,
but
Joe, Marquise, Frank, like in the
Right.
last 2-3
People are
years,
changing.
everyone's going PC.
people are changing. But I think there's the PC upfront cost, which is another issue. It's more
It is, it is.
expensive.
No,
You
it
can't
is.
you can't even argue that it's more
of
expensive.
course.
And then there's the part differences, and it's a lot for PC. You have to really commit to PC. Well, Xbox, it's like, all right, here's $500, give me that game, and here I go.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
true. I'm surprised Xbox and PS4 haven't went to a faster remodeling. Like, you know how Xbox 360 came out? How many years later Xbox One came out?
Yeah.
I feel like Xbox One did,
Xbox-
and it
oh, yeah.
didn't work.
Xbox One's been out for a
Yeah, I
while
agree.
now.
I
Xbox
agree.
One's been it's been what, 5 years?
It came
6
out in
years?
2013.
Yeah, that's crazy.
7
7
years.
years already. It doesn't like it's like hard to even.
But they
fathom that.
tried
Nearly-
what you're saying, and I
nearly
think honestly, the new generation is kind of just this generation continued
Yeah.
for
It
Xbox.
is.
Like
It is.
PS5 feels like a new system. It feels like we're moving up. But like even the name, the Xbox Series X,
That's the
Yes.
point. Like they are not in the console business anymore. All they care
they're
about
kind
is
of
Game
saying
Pass.
like these are entertainment consoles now.
Yeah.
They're not for like gamers. We don't give a shit about that
Yeah.
anymore.
I mean, I wouldn't even say that. I would just say like, I mean, well, maybe you can make an argument for the S, but like the X, I would say it's for gamers.
Do you think
But,
people,
like they don't care about console
the
sales
One
anymore.
X.
The Series X.
the X5 Series
Because like
7?
I don't think like if I was like, hey, Grandma, you want an Xbox? Like that was a weird example, but like I'm not gonna pitch the fucking Series X to Grandma.
I don't know why you
This is
pitch an
It's a horrible
Xbox.
example, but you know what I mean.
All right, Grandma, I got you an Xbox. You want to play some
They're not in the
Halo
console
later?
business anymore.
Wait,
they're
so-
not in the console business anymore.
I was gonna say before on the console stuff. Like, do you think the people who play Xbox and like all the consoles, PS4, they get stimulated easier off like certain games than like we do off off PCs because like we're used to the more.
I just don't
in-depth-
think they have the options. Like for example, you're never gonna see like a hold fast kind of game on console.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're already happy with their console stuff. Like, oh, they're playing 2K. Like, it's simple.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
great.
they're-
and all.
those people
Yeah.
are stimulated. They're stimulated from that. We
Yeah.
get stimulated from playing in depth like fucking shooters and like
Right.
having
Yeah.
the whole group on Discord. Like, it's just different. I feel like.
I don't know. I mean, I
And we're
think
used
It's
to
that
it. We're
different.
used to
hard
it.
to
I think
say.
it's just like people just want to play the game.
yeah.
And
That's what I'm
like,
saying though. They're
they don't
simple.
care how they do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're cool with the simple way of just playing this game, but we like since we have PCs, we want more. We want like more updates, like crazy shit that we can
Oh
do.
yeah, I see what you're saying. Well,
Yeah.
and I was gonna say like me and you in particular. This is why I think it's hard to convert some people to console from console to PC because they'll look at me and you for example, who like we typically are the two that like kind of like proponent a lot, but we're also like on the enthusiast level of like we'll spend like $500 a fucking
Yeah, like I don't feel like I'm
every
like
3
that.
months to buy something
Nah,
new.
yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think
So
Sam-
like when you see me and you, for example, building PCs all the time and shit, it's like, okay, well, this is fucking expensive.
Right,
You know
like,
what I'm
I don't
saying?
wanna
Like,
do
it's
this
really
shit
not
every
appealing
6
for
months.
people that are on the console level that really don't understand what we're trying
Yeah.
to do.
I think
Or-
Sam's
or
in
even-
the same
even with
category,
graphics
but
cards.
Sam is smarter with his money.
Troy.
yeah, I would say yeah. I would
Troy,
say
even with
He
graphics
gets
cards.
excited. He's like, "Yo, Troy, you should get this." I'm
Yeah,
like,
like,
"Oh
yeah.
yeah."
Yeah. Check out how
Even with
sick this is,
graphics
yeah.
cards, you gotta like consider like on Xbox, there's no upgrading. You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah,
you
I
get
think
the
there should
next
be.
console when it finally comes out. On PC, it's like, oh, if you get this new game that's coming out, it runs to a point where if your old graphics card from 3 years ago will be able to run this on low at maybe 60 FPS.
See,
Yeah.
I would strongly disagree with that. As much as people think that within that amount of time that like the games vastly change and require more and more,
I disagree as well.
the people who make the games know that
Right.
not everyone has an amazing PC. That's why there's so many different ranges of settings that you can go through to make sure that you can play.
But, like-
I know like I was saying, like how many friends do you know? Like Marquise, I guess, is an example with his laptop. But like how many people do you know that had a desktop that they built? They made their initial investment and they finally reached a point where they're like, I can't play the games I want to play anymore.
It's been I
I don't know anyone.
It
Are you
happened to
kidding
me.
Yeah, but how long do you have your computer for?
5 years.
More
I
than
mean,
that, I think.
Yeah.
You've
I mean-
replaced a couple parts, but like
Right.
in the process.
Yeah, the
but
fucking Frank
you didn't do a
computer.
full remodel
It was
for
a- I think it was an abomination.
Yeah, it was.
5-6 years, and by that time, like let's say Xbox for example, 5 years after Xbox One came out, that shit sucks. Like Xbox One at the end of the run was not fun to play on. Like, and they still did updates. They did the Xbox One.
It was the S and then the
The S, yeah, they had other consoles come out in the middle, like a couple times to
Yeah,
kind of like make
revamps.
up for a lot of the
Yep.
the processing shit for the new games and like making the quality better. For you had the same computer running the same games for 5 years with no changes to it, no
But, like-
updates to. I mean,
But the thing is, like,
drivers
as
and
I
shit.
played, the graphics definitely decreased. Like as
Performance,
when I first got my computer and it, I was brand new. I was playing games on Ultra. I was having a grand old time. Everything looks great.
Yeah.
Then 2 years later it's high, and then 2 years later it's medium, and then 2 years later it's I need to upgrade because I can run it on low. And I don't want to play these games on low because it looks like shit.
Yeah, that's a preference thing. So like, there's people who have like those shitty computers still, who didn't want to make another initial investment.
Yep.
But what's nice is, say those people are like, oh, like I have this, computer I built 5-6 years ago. Say I get a 2080 now for a used one for $300-$400.
That shit's gonna last you so fucking long.
And then you slowly replace cheaper parts that
I think now is the time for PC gaming.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's getting
There's a lot of
it's
shit,
getting
yeah.
nicer and
Dude,
nicer
Ryzen,
every year. While
AMD
consoles are
Ryzens.
kind of getting a little bit more every year.
The new 3070 is gonna be a valuable card. What is it, $400 or
Fucking
something?
wild, man.
$399, I think.
$399.
That's crazy.
What is?
The new
no,
3070.
it's $499.
$499.
Yeah.
Still,
The 3070.
compared to how they used to be, like the 2080 when it first came out was what, $1,100?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because I was gonna say people who bought the 2080 card, it's like, so we're at the very rare time that only happens every 7 years or so, and PC gaming where the new fucking features are out. What, are you looking at my tits?
No, I'm looking right at you. I
Well,
thought it was
he's
funny.
smiling and shit.
Danny, you're awfully self-conscious
Yeah, geez.
today.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
man.
over. I'm like, oh yeah, I can kind of see my nipple. Whatever.
No,
And I look
I
at Sammy smiling.
I was laughing because it was every 7 years you're like, oh yeah, it's that 7-year cycle. You
Well,
know?
it's kind of we're at a weird point where it's like RTX is the big thing. So if you have a 10 series card, you can't run RTX graphics.
right.
RTX is now coming to the new consoles. So it's like what you're saying.
But it's not a big deal, RTX,
People are
I feel like.
well, no, that's not true. So
Okay.
It
here's
is for
thing.
the enthusiasts.
No,
but I'm saying-
because the problem is that a lot of because at the end of the day, the gaming market, how games perform, how they run, how they look, is still determined by the consoles because they're still such a big market. You have to optimize them for your shit, right? So if RTX is something that all consoles can do, then that's going to be the thing that they program for. You see what I'm saying? I'm sure you could turn it off. You could turn it off on PC, but it's going to be you're now at that point where it's maybe I should consider something newer, especially for graphics.
Do you want to hear something crazy? So I went from 970. How many graphics cards have you guys had? Go through your graphics card list. I want to hear this.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Like
I
3.
went from 770 to, or no, I went from 760 to 770 Ti and then 980 Ti. That's it.
I
Danny?
went.
Oh my God!
I'll start with Tyler, actually. I know. Ours is going to be a lot longer.
I think I went 770 to I don't even know, 1070. Is that a thing even?
I think
Yeah,
you were
1070
970. I
is a
think you were
thing.
970 because I gave you my.
Oh
old
yeah,
one.
you're right.
Yeah.
I went 770 to 970, and now I think I'm at 1070.
Jeez.
What about you, Danny?
Started with a 580, then went to the 590 Ti, then went to the 780, then went to the 980 Ti, which now you have.
Yep.
Then I got then I briefly had an AMD card.
Oh, you know what?
Which
I have
I
an
didn't
AMD card. That's
and
what
then
it is.
and then
the
I
2080.
now what I'm on is the 2080 Super.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went from the 770 to the 970. And remember, I got into computers later than Danny, so he has the 5 series below me.
Yeah,
Dude, what happened to the 8 series? I don't know anyone who has those cards.
they don't exist.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're not.
They
Yeah,
skipped
they
them?
don't-
Yeah,
they skipped
they're
it.
skipped.
Weirdos.
I know it is weird.
Yeah.
It's
All
like
right,
Windows
so
9.
770,
Yeah, right.
770, which I just got rid of. 970, I gave to Tyler, which was the recent one, the one he had before
Yeah.
that. Then I went to 1080, which was my big first upgrade when I had that white case.
Mhm.
The
Oh, yeah,
Samsung
yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God,
Striker.
that
I remember
fucking thing
that.
was horrible.
Yeah, so
What a
1080.
bulky case. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
I went 1080, then I went to 2080, then I went to 2080 Super, and then I'm going
Yeah,
to
'cause
3080.
right.
So I've had the
Dude, there was what? And in 1 month, did we build fucking? a
Yeah,
PC?
I remember
that.
We literally built a PC. a
Dude,
week.
every other day they're like, all right, we're going to Micro Center.
Yeah.
We're building a new PC. I'm like, didn't you just build it? Yeah, but we're gonna build this one and sell
Yeah,
it to
right.
one of our
So I've
friends
had
at
970,
price, at
1080,
cost.
Yeah.
It's like,
2080,
so why are you doing it?
2080 Super.
Right.
I wanna.
Because at that same time, we built Frank and Marquise's on top of the
Yep.
3 we built for you.
Yeah, and then we built Joe's, and then
Oh, and Joe's, that's
yeah.
right.
Oh, yep.
And then
Jesus
Brett got
Christ.
his upgraded.
Yeah,
Dude,
wow.
yeah.
That was what?
And
a
Dylan,
year ago?
Dylan was changing his parts around, and Troy,
Yeah,
Troy had
yep.
that shit for
Yeah.
a
It was
while.
like a shuffle.
Oh, that's
game.
at Seth's house. I could go pick that up. The whole case,
Oh,
the old
right.
case, the obsidian. Do you want that? We could do something with that. Remember the giant obsidian case? It's fucking.
It's massive.
Dylan's old
It's
one.
so
he
big.
had two. He had
Oh,
two
that's
980.
right. Yep.
Double
Horrible.
980 Ti's in it when that was
Yeah.
a big.
Yep.
They were
Right.
fucking
Yeah.
expensive.
Oops.
I think he had 64 gigs of RAM. It was nuts.
It was
that
a
computer.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
Pretty
the time,
nuts.
that thing was fucking. I think it was,
And
I think it was
that
$6
thing
grand.
still would be pretty good.
I think it was $6 grand. for that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, we took out the
can-
cards.
That's another
It's
thing
not
too.
there anymore.
You know why PC game got really big is also because like the fucking like parts and like just knowing how to build it is so easy to
Oh
learn
yeah,
now.
it's plug and play now.
Like you don't have like the tape fucking.
The only
you
thing
have
they
deal
still need
with
to like get better with is the silicone paste and like put how radiators get put on and how fans get put on because some companies just fucking like some motherboards. just
AMD,
fuck-
dude. How easy is AMD's?
Oh,
I
with
think
the clip,
it's so
but dude,
fucking
I had
easy.
one that
Clip.
it broke, and the clip it wasn't going like you know like it clips underneath and like
Yeah.
it pulls up.
Yeah.
So I did it, and the clip like it wasn't like long enough or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really tight on there, but I definitely hooked it right because I've done it before.
Yeah.
It like was so tight that it like the paste was getting pushed out, and
Oh.
it was like when I tried taking it off, it like was stuck to the actual
Yeah,
chip.
because the paste.
Yeah, it was stuck to the chip because it was pressed down so hard.
Right.
Like it was something wrong with the fan, and I was like, "Fuck this!" I was so pissed off because
Yeah.
it almost ruined the CPU. It
Yeah.
actually got paste on the back of it,
Yeah.
and I had to get a Q-tip and like clean it off. And
Yeah.
like I'm so happy it worked, dude, because I built it for someone. Fuck, dude, that was scary.
It's nuts. I think it's funny what Troy mentioned, but he's like, yeah, I think Sam might just be like better at saving his money or spending
Yeah.
his money because like
Dude.
I had bought the initial 760 for mine. I just like bought that outright, and then Tyler got his upgrade from Troy, and he like sold to me for like $50.
770.
Yeah.
or
Oh,
And
something.
it was a full upgrade. I was like, oh, sweet. This is like, I checked on the benchmarks. It was
Yeah.
like way better. I'm like, $50. Sure.
Yeah. Right.
I'm really bad with like hand-me-downs. In my opinion, like I get them a lot, and I usually pay like
Yeah,
a decent amount
No,
for
I
them.
give you them. What do
Well,
you
you
fucking-
gave me that
I
one.
give you two.
You gave me one.
No, I've given you 770 and 970.
Well, oh yeah,
Frank gets-
well I
Frankenstein?
paid you for Frank at the computer. I did pay you for Frank.
Yeah,
at the
for
computer.
one of them. Yeah, the
I did
first
pay
one,
you for
and then
Frank computer.
I gave you the other one.
You did give
the
me the-
970. I gave you.
Yeah.
and then you
But
get
I'm
upset.
saying like when I get stuff and I want to hand it down, I don't give a fuck about it. I'm
Yeah.
not like the kind of person who's like, oh, I bought this for 1,000 and now it's
Right.
worth
Nah, I'm the same way. I'm just like,
600.
whatever.
So you can give me 550. I'm like, dude, I don't care. You give me like $60 and
Right.
See, for me, it's like I'd rather see my friends like join in and like play with me and like have a good
right.
card.
Like as
Yeah.
long as you're not fucking me over.
If it's a
Right.
random person,
Like if,
fuck,
if
I
you're
don't
like
give
if
a
you
fuck.
were like if you were like, hey, can I get this card? And I was like, yeah, sure, $50, and you take it and you resell it for like 200.
Yeah,
bucks.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
yeah.
I'm like,
exactly.
dude, you
That's not right.
cocksucker, give me the
Yeah,
150.
Yeah, like the point of giving parts to people like for cheap is so that we can all play like similar
Yeah.
games. Like
Yeah.
that's the whole point.
So
think.
I made that upgrade, and then my now to my current graphics card was Danny's old graphics card.
Yeah.
It was
Which
a
is the
980 Ti.
yeah.
Yeah, and he sold to me for $200. I'm like, that's a steal.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
So-
these new
And,
cards
like, when
that
I
are
sell
gonna
my
change.
friends
Like,
cards, I usually tell them, like I told you the other day, I was like, yeah, you could buy this off me. Like this is what I can kind of let it go for.
you're
but-
selling your 2080
but-
Super. You're selling your 2080 Super for 400, right?
Yeah. And
Tyler?
I was like, yeah, and I was like, Tyler, like to be honest with you, like if you wait until October, save 100 more bucks, you can get the 3070, and you probably get better performance.
3070 is me 499 though.
Yeah, I'm
it's
selling it.
he was selling for 400.
Oh, $100
So he's
more.
saying
Oh,
it's
okay.
$100 more, but is the 3070 going to be better?
I don't,
Yes.
I don't think it's gonna be much better than a 2080
I think it's
Super.
like a 30% boost, something like that.
We'll
That's
check
a
the
lot.
benchmark.
Yeah, the benchmark's leaked. It's fucking nuts.
Oh, I think you're right. It's way
the 3080 is
yeah.
literally
gonna
not
get
not double,
3080.
like half, like 50% extra boost on the card I have right now, the Super.
I'm getting the 3080 for sure.
And then what? The 3070 is a 30%?
Yeah, compared to like mine, I think. So like, if you buy mine, it's like, I'd feel bad in a way, and you probably couldn't turn it around, which is the other thing.
Well, right now they're selling for like 600 still online. But no, like
Well, I feel like
500,
people are
500,
trying.
Nobody's
to
gonna buy it.
I think people are trying to get rid of them.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
what it
because
is.
like the weird thing about that generation was like it was literally the beta test for what RTX is. And so like then these cards came out, they're cheaper, way better, and it's like, oh fuck, well, like everybody who bought like a 2080 Ti, for example,
Fuck
Oh,
that.
that sucks.
especially
That's
recently.
a lot of
Yeah.
money.
especially recently.
That's
like,
a
my
lot of
God.
Oh yeah, I didn't get the
Can you
TI.
imagine,
Fuck
like, 'cause
that.
the thing
The
was
Supers were
September
good
1st.
value.
They announced it September 1st. Could you imagine buying a fucking 2080 Ti on August 31st?
Oh, dude.
How
You'd return,
fucked would
I'd
that
return
be?
it. I'd return it.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
okay.
you should return it.
But like 2 months earlier, when you're
Yeah,
like
you're not
before, like when it's in your
Yeah.
computer,
Yeah.
it's out of the
That's
box.
$1,100 still.
You're like,
they're
yeah,
$1,000.
it was $1,100. You
Yep.
drop $1,100. You're like, this is gonna be a sick
Yeah.
upgrade.
You get like a
Right.
Titan, the new Titans or something.
yeah.
We're gonna get a sick upgrade. I'm gonna be able to use this card for years. And then like a week later, they're like, hey, for
$700.
$300 less, you could have
gotten.
gotten this card that's
3080 is gonna be
50% better.
$700.
I would
That's
have
not
been
bad at
fucking
all.
pissed.
Nope. For what the performance is like wild.
Yeah,
The,
I'm gonna
but,
sell
but the 980 Ti is $1,500.
980 Ti,
Or I'm sorry, the 3890 Ti.
3090 Ti.
Yeah, it's
I've never even
1,500.
heard of this.
Yeah, they just announced it. This is like the new series of
Like
cards.
today or
Christ.
like?
No, like September 1st.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the.
Well, I
these
heard of
cards
the
are gonna be
3080
nuts.
and the 3070. I didn't hear about the 3090.
I'm glad we got to talk PC stuff. Actually, we haven't really done that on the podcast yet.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap it up though. It's been pretty long, right?
Yep, just
All right.
over an hour.
No.
Yeah, we have
Alrighty.
some good convos. For the next podcast, I want to get into some stuff about fucking what was it? I was talking about 6ix9ine interview. Remember I told you about
Oh,
that?
right.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. It's kind of interesting. Piece of shit, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks, Tyler, for coming on. I know he was on before, but not really. Kind of
Yeah,
faked
right.
that.
Yeah.
Danny, words of wisdom because you never made a fucking.
Sign us out.
I remember my word of wisdom the other day.
Okay, let's hear
Which
it.
was sometimes you have to start the party to get the party started, folks.
Oh
nice.
And that's just true. And
Nice.
that's
Dude,
just
that was
true.
good. I like that. That's like his original shit.
Yeah.
Sayonara.
Adios.